I don't know anything about it, but it doesn't seem legal. Yeah, no, that's not right. I mean, I know the immigrants need a place to go because of other situations at home, but to say that, yes, come here and then us ship them off somewhere else is just not right.
New York State would appreciate, immigrants being shipped to us, but at the same time, so I'm sure it's the same with your country. I'm sure there's a lot of people that, why are they sending us these immigrants? And then, but we have that same thing with Mexico. They send us to the immigrants, and you know what I mean? So it's...
Honestly, we are in the same boat. Again, if they live a good life, stay away from crime, doing a good thing to do, I don't think it shouldn't matter where they live.
Alexa Lavoie for Ribbon News, and I'm in Plattsburgh right now to speak with the people in this city about our infamous Roxham Road. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, Roxham is an irregular passage into Canada. In 2017, due to Donald Trump's new immigration policy, a number of non-citizens fled deportation from the United States. Justin Trudeau at the same time opened Canada's door to all those fleeing persecution. Year after year, this illegal passage has become a real problem for Canadians. A number of politicians in Quebec, including Premier François Legault, asked the federal Liberals to close Roxham Road, but to no avail. This small dirt road is located between two legal borders in Mimford and Saint-Bernard-de-la-Colle. Plattsburgh is the first big city located after Custom at Saint-Bernard-de-la-Colle and located about 37 kilometers from Roxham Road. It is also the transition point for migrants to come to Canada illegally. About a week ago, we learned that the mayor of New York, Eric Adams, is helping migrants travel to Canada by subsidizing their bus ticket at taxpayer expense. About $66 US for them, but a huge impact for Canadians. Remember to go to stoptraffickingtocanada.com and sign our petition and take action yourself by sending a message to Mayor Eric Adams that we disagree with his action. Almost 82% of migrants crossing Roxham Road end up in accommodation paying out of taxpayer money. To give you an idea of the magnitude of the problem, the RCMP intercepted more than 34,000 asylum seekers after they had illegally crossed the Canada-US border through an unofficial land port of entry in Quebec between January and November 2022, and the vast majority used Roxham Road. But this is not just an hotel problem, but also the immense pressure on our healthcare, our judicial system, immigration, integration, transition, and many other reasons. Right now, taxis are promoting Roxham Road. Private vans leaving from anywhere in the United States are arriving at our illegal border. But the mayor of New York is literally trafficking migrants with bus ticket paying through public funds.
Is it true that some of the migrants are asking to go to Canada and we're getting them a bus ticket?
An amazing partnership with Catholic Charities, who they have a history of being there for those in need. Those who are seeking to go somewhere else, not we're pushing or forcing. If they're seeking to go somewhere else, we are helping in the reticketing process. What we found that people had other destinations, but they were being compelled only to come to New York City, and we are assisting in interviewing those who seek to go somewhere else. Some want to go to Canada. Some wants to go to warmer states, and we are there for them as they continue to move on with their pursuit of this dream.
And now we learn that even American federal agents are still part of the problem. The question remains, why do we accept this? Roxham Road has opened a thriving business in the United States, but what do the people of Plattsburgh think? Are they comfortable about what is happening right now at our border, knowing that their country contributes to our problem? Let's see what they have to say. What do you think about the fact that New York is actually helping migrants to cross illegally in Canada?
I mean, honestly, it's not really my area of expertise. I think there are a lot of immigrants crossing into Canada on their own. Maybe they feel like this is a way to help them. I don't think it's going to solve the problem. I think they're in search of a better life, and I think they're going to need a little more support than just a bus ticket to Canada. And I'm sure Canada doesn't appreciate an influx of people trying to have a new life without the proper aid set up.
Well, I think it's a price that Biden should be paying, and our border should be shut down like Trump had it.
You know, it's a tough decision. You know, I mean, what is the best, best place for immigrants to be at? You know what I mean? I mean, again, we are a country built on immigrants, but at the same time, we also have political sways of how we think and popular opinion, and sometimes it's not pro-immigrant at points in time. So.
Well, I wasn't aware of that. I thought they were coming here, the migrants were coming here to be reorientated, but I didn't know they were just pushing them into Canada. I wasn't aware of that. That is a problem.
It's terrible what some of the people are going through. They're running from something, and I talked to a few. One guy was from India, he came through the border, and if he was sent back home, he was going to be killed. So, like, it's kind of like, what do we do? Do we have a heart for him, or we just lock him up and send him back to get killed, or what do we help? Do we help them get some status here so they can work? You know, if we can get them a job, stuff like that. What's the big deal? That would put more tax. If they get a job, that's more taxes for us.
If they get a chance to come to the U.S., I don't see why not. And if Canada want to accept them, I see why not.
I think the best thing for everyone to decision where exactly he want to live. So if this immigrant decide that they want to stay in America, they're welcome to stay in America. And this immigrant, if they decide to go to Canada, they're supposed to be welcome in Canada.
Doesn't affect me too much, to be honest. I mean, I guess if it's safe for the people who are crossing the border, then it's helping them. So I guess good for them. I'm here because my ancestors ultimately crossed the border into the United States a few generations ago. So I think everybody should have the ability to find their best life, their best future for their family.
I don't know anything about it, but it doesn't seem legal. Yeah, no. That's not right. I mean, I know the immigrants need a place to go because of other situations at home, but to say that, yes, come here and then us ship them off somewhere else is just not right. If they're coming here, they should stay here, and we should help them and support them.
New York City is actually a sanctuary for immigrants where the municipal law apply instead of the federal one. Why do you think the mayor of New York, Eric Adams, is doing this instead of welcoming them with open arms? What is his goal, do you think?
I think that everyone has good intentions to help people, and then a lot of politics get in the way. And I think that if that could kind of be stripped back and we just look at humans as humans and not as some political pawn, in one side or the other, it would make a big difference. As far as him not really stepping up, I don't know. I mean, maybe he just doesn't realize he wants to appear that he's appeasing people and that he's helping, but then not really stepping up and providing the things that they need.
U.S. is definitely a safe country, and I feel like Canada is just as safe. So I don't know, not quite sure.
How do you feel about Canada, who receive a ton of influx of illegal immigrants?
I'm not Canadian, so it doesn't affect me too much, to be honest.
If we were doing the same to U.S. and shipping all our immigrants illegally into your country, what will be your first out?
I guess if they're all just good, hardworking people and they're just trying to build a better life, that's cool. I think we need hardworking people. If you're sending criminals and drug addicts, that's a different story. I don't think that's what's happening.
A lot of them can't get health care here, I believe, because in Canada it's free health care, I believe, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yes, and a lot of them are sick and take care of their family a little bit easier, I think. That's my opinion.
Well, if it's my hard-earned tax money, I maybe I would not so much agree upon it. You know, I do pay taxes in the city of Plattsburgh, so that's really all my opinion is. Really, I just hope that they're safe wherever they go.
You're talking about crossing legally? Illegally. No, if it's illegal and it's just going to cause problems for the migrants because they're here not legally, and that's going to cause all sorts of problems with the law and whatever. So no, I wouldn't say that'd be a good thing.
Honestly, if people wanted to come here and start a new life, I think I would fully support that. I think that everyone deserves a chance to have a new opportunity coming from a bad position. I just think there needs to be proper channels set up so that you're not just dumping people at random places.
New York State would appreciate, you know, immigrants being shipped to us, but at the same time, you know, so I'm sure it's the same with your country. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of people that, why are they sending us these immigrants? And then, you know, but we have that same thing with Mexico. They send us to the immigrants, and you know what I mean? So it's
part of it is probably because the governor in Florida is sending them up to New York City and other places, and they're just passing along the problem. So I think that's part of it right there. And there should be more of an organized effort on the part of everyone, Canada, America, and whatever, to help these people out.
I mean, I guess it's because of availability of space, and if someone want to go to Canada, I don't know. If Canada will accept them, I think it should be okay.
Well, if they want to go to Canada, I don't know. I don't know what their reasoning would be to go to Canada.
Well, it's kind of complicated because I live in Florida, and the Florida governor paid for some to be transported from Texas, and it's not even their state. So, you know, it's just a continuation of what is going on. Canada had a problem with it, and if they have a problem with it, I guess Trudeau could then send a message to the mayor or to the president and do it diplomatically and stop that. Other than that, I mean, if they want to help with the crisis, they help it.
Honestly, we are in the same boat. Again, if they live a good life, stay away from crime, doing a good thing to do, I don't think it shouldn't matter where they live.
But maybe that's the best outcome for the migrants. Like if there's no resources for them in New York City and there's more resources for them in Canada, maybe that's a better outcome. I'm sure the Canadians probably have a different stance on that.
Yeah, I went to jail for breaking the law. If you're breaking the law, you should go to jail.
And don't forget to go and sign our petition at stoptraffickingtocanada.com. You can also send a message to the Mayor, Eric Adams, that his problem is not ours and we need to make change right now.